Hey guys, Deanpo here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's doing well. And today we'll be discussing the launch of Fallout London. And I gotta say, I'm a little bit upset at the moment. So I purchased the game from GOG because I didn't want to mess with the save files on my Fallout 4 on Steam. So I purchased it on GOG, downloaded the mod which supposedly took 5 years to release, right? And I'm like beyond disappointed. I mean, I understand it's a free mod, but it's unplayable. Like, it crashes, and because I play on survival, I lose so much progress. Every load screen is like rolling the dice. And if you haven't slept in the bed before you like exit that facility, and sometimes there is no beds in the facility, you lose all your progress, and it's pissing me off. So here's an article by the gamer. It says Fallout London is being blasted for its broken launch. And this is more than fair. I'm not just wailing on the game. Like, credit was due. Like, it looks good. It feels good. But it's just not playable at the moment. Especially if you're someone like me that likes to be challenged and plays on survival. It's just... Yeah, so... Let's just go through the article here and then we'll discuss. I'll give you my thoughts on my experience so far. So, Fallout London is finally here, and while many were hoping to dive into the ghoul-riddled streets of the capital as soon as possible, it appears as though a lot of people are struggling to even get the game running at the moment. So this goes true to all the Steam players. It is an absolute nightmare. Unless you want to fork out like $15 and buy the game from GOG, then you'll have to jump some hoops just to get the mod running. On social media sites like Reddit, Twitter, and YouTube, as well as the reviews section of the game's GOG page, you can find a lot of people complaining about the Fallout London's launch, describing it as buggy and broken, which is fair. It's more than fair. And that's not being negative for the sake of being negative. Like, that is more than fair. Yes, it's a free mod, but hey, like, why post it if it's not ready? Like, you've already taken 5 years. You've delayed it multiple times. Finish it, then release it. You only have to check the critical reviews on Fallout 4 COGS page, which is currently sitting at a fairly decent 3.5 ratings. I'll take it this is out of 5. It wouldn't be out of 10. To see how widespread the issues are. You have reviews from people like DT, whoever this guy is, calling the game non-functional, as a lot of people are getting stuck on loading screens. Yep, that's me. And while people do get through, are calling... Yeah, it's just constant crashes. Like, they're not wrong here. It does crash constantly. It's such a disappointment though, especially for most of us that were so looking forward to this. And I was happy to fork out another $15 and support the game, but it is what it is. So random crashes, the already infamous train crash, a broken downgrade of Fallout 4, the list goes on. You're better off waiting till fixes roll out and save yourself some hassle. I'm afraid I have to agree with this. In its current state, unless you like being frustrated, stay away. Like, you're not really missing out on much. I mean, I know it sucks because there's going to be a lot of spoilers out there and whatnot, but it's just not worth the hassle, guys. It really isn't. In its current state, it's just not. I've had other issues I'll discuss at the end of this article, but for now, let's just finish it. So it's a similar story on Reddit too, as fans eagerly awaiting the mod have discussed the issues, with some that think it should have been delayed, and I'm of the same opinion here. And that having to downgrade the game probably doesn't help matters. There are quite a few issues with balancing too, as there are fair people on the project Discord servers complaining about the difficulty and the ammo scarcity. I don't care about the ammo scarcity. You get this switchblade at the start of the game, and it absolutely blows anything that shoots out of the water. It's got 95% chance to hit, and they can be 3 meters away from you, and you'll reach them, especially in VATS. It's crazy. Like, and also, like, the sneak damage as well is broken, but we'll get to that in a second. It's either that or people talking about temporary solutions to some of the mod's more glaring issues. What else do we have? It's worth pointing out there are plenty of people out there sympathetic to the plight of these devs, giving it a pass, and it's a community project that doesn't have QA team. It's not just people angry at the performance, and it's honestly surprising that a mod of this magnitude exists at all in this day and age. That's also a fair remark. It's also free, so probably not worth getting too heated over. Also fair remark. The consensus appears to be that it has a solid base, but more work needs to be done to get it into a state where people can play it with minimal issues. I also agree with that. That being said, if you had plans to play Fallout London upon release, you may want to wait a little longer for the developers to fix the biggest issues. So, So just like an official Fallout release. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the little slide at the end. So what issues have I had with it? So I've had the crashing screen. So when you go into a dungeon and you're trying to load back out into the city, it takes like 5 minutes to load out. And then when you finally get out, the game crashes, closes, and then you restart. And if you haven't saved your game, it will bring you back to your last save. So if you're someone like me that plays on survival, then that's going to be your point that you revert back to. Also, sniper rifles are broken. The crosshairs don't work. You can aim them dead on from like 5 meters, 10 meters, 15 meters, and you will miss. That's a problem. The VAT system, nowhere near as accurate as Fallout, especially if you spec for it. Another problem. Melee weapons, way too overpowered. Also a problem. That's a balancing issue that people were like sort of referring to. The musket pistols are really powerful, but so it compensates for the fact that it takes like 3 financial years to reload it, right? You powder the barrel, and then you use a little stick to jab it in there, and then you gotta powder like the actual like hammer, and so on. It takes a while, so I understand why it's powerful, right? It's a single shot, but it's very powerful. So no need to balance that. Like, it's got some fun weapons, but holy moly, is it broken. So guys, general consensus here: unless you want to get frustrated and never touch this game again from disappointment, don't do it to yourself. Wait till it releases properly. This was a shadow drop. I feel like they rushed it despite the fact it's been delayed so many times. And yes, it's a free mod. And yes, they don't have a QA team. Whatever, you can make many points, but it goes back to the very, very foundations of gaming, and that is, if you're not having fun, then you shouldn't play, right? Like, we play to have fun, and right now the game is not fun, unfortunately. However, I think things can change, but for now, wait until further updates drop and then give it a go. As always, thank you for watching. I do appreciate your time, and I hope to catch you next video. Peace.